The Flow Sports Radio.
Yeah. Hip Hop Sports Radio. And you're listening to The Flow Sports Radio Show. Matthew Shack in the building. NFL Week 11 is in the books. And it was exciting as hell, man. There were so many great games. But, as always, there were some boo-boo games too. We ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right into it, man. First thing I want to talk about is the fact that there was 12 missed PATs. And for those who do not know what a PAT means point after touchdowns, which was the most since 1966, man. I'm really feeling the extra points being pushed back, for 35 yards, because now those extra points mean something. So there's a whole lot of things that are going to be changing, man. These kickers now got to be football players. They can't just go out there and just kick and chill and eat a hot dog and call their girl up and figure out what club they going to later on. They got to actually deal with the pressure of making a field goal, man. But that's neither here nor there, because the first thing I want to talk about was the game that just went off the air, Monday Night Football. The Oakland Raiders, my Oakland Raiders versus the Houston Texans in Mexico City, Mexico, man. Man, let it be known right now. The Oakland Raiders are the second best team in football. The Oakland Raiders are the number one seed in the AFC. They're better than the Patriots. Sorry, because if you're not number one ranked, you're not number one. That is it, and that is definitely all. Man, but I will say this. I ain't happy with the Oakland Raiders, man. I'm not happy with the defense. I'm not happy with the effort. I'm not happy with, we always have to have our backs against the wall before we finally start playing, man. But, hey, man, a win's a win. And we'll go ahead and take that. Raiders 27 and the Texans 20. Derek Carr, man, once again, saved the defense's ass, man. I don't know what's going on with the defense, man. It's like that whole middle of the field, man, that's the reason why we lost to Atlanta, man. Because that whole middle of the field, Julio Jones acted a damn fool. We had a whole bunch of tight ends and I can't even name who they are on the Texans that was just eating us alive. Brock Osweiler is a decent quarterback. He's a good quarterback, but he wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? It was just hey, man, just throw it where you want to throw it at. But Derek Carr, once again, came in the end. You know what I'm saying? Threw for 295, 3 touchdowns, man. That's the homie. Love him, man. Love his effort, man. Love the way he is. And I just want to say something about the receiving corps for the Oakland Raiders, man. When you have your running backs almost have 200 yards in receptions, and Michael Crabtree had 5 catches for 5 yards. 5 yards, man. All them drop passes that y'all guys was doing. Seth Roberts dropping passes, man. I don't want to hear no excuses about it was 7,000 whatever this is, degrees up. What's it called? Latitude, longitude, whatever that is, man. I can't think right now, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, man, wait a minute, what's it called? What's that called, man? It's on the tip of my tongue, man. I'll get back to it. But anyway, man, the height, you know what I'm saying? That didn't have nothing to do with anything, because the Texans, they automatically had to do the same thing too, man. So you can't go against altitude. Thought of it, man. Thought of it. I thought I wasn't going to think of it, man, but I did. Altitude. And, they had to deal with the same thing. So at the end of the day, Oakland Raiders are 8-2, man. Two primetime games. Sunday night 2 weeks ago, handled our business against the Super Bowl champions. And then this week we handle another worldly event that everybody in the world was watching. So I'm very proud of the Oakland Raiders, man. We moving on into the playoffs. Hate it or love it. Next game I want to talk about, man, was the Sunday night game. The Redskins 42 and the Packers with 24. Man, you know, all I can say, man, is that Kirk Cousins, for the first time in his career, actually looked like a franchise quarterback. I had to get the brother credit, man. He was balling, man. He really looked good, man. The passes looked crisp, man. He was throwing it around the yard. He was hitting Deshaun Jackson, man. He hit Pierre Garçon for like a 40-yarder at the end of the game. And Aaron Rodgers, man, as great as he is, and he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, it's just he just doesn't have any pieces, man. It's like I can't really get on discount double check this week. But I definitely can say that he should have, played a little bit better, man. But at the end of the day, man, the Packers are on the regress, man, and the Redskins are 6-3. Picture that. Next game I want to talk about, man, is the Seahawks, 7-2 Seahawks, who's the second best team in the NFC, 26-15 over the Eagles, man. Hey, man, it's looking like Russell Wilson is finally getting over his injured ankle. He played pretty well, man. Doug Baldwin acted a fool with over 100. You know what I'm saying? Their running game is kind of hurt. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you got Russell Wilson throwing it around the yard and you guys can't stop him and Doug Baldwin and, you know what I'm saying, you can't stop Jimmy Graham, it is what it is, man. So, much luck to them. We'll see what happens in the future, man. Playoffs is approaching. Next game we'll talk about is the Rams 10 and the Dolphins 14. Man, ain't talking about, man, that's a boo-boo game, man. Man, it doesn't really matter that the Dolphins are 6-4. It doesn't matter that the Rams are 4-6. It's a boo-boo game. That's all. There ain't nothing to talk about, man. We ain't talking about boo-boo games on the Flow Sports Radio Show. That's it. We're going to move the chains like we always do. Next game is the 6-4 Vikings, 30-24 over the 4-5 Cardinals, 4-5-1 Cardinals. Hey, man, as I've always said about Carson Palmer, man. Carson Palmer, man, he plays just well enough, you know what I'm saying, to keep a job. But at the end of the day, man, he ain't clutch, man. Unfortunately, that cat ain't clutch, man. And the Vikings overcome 4-game skid. It's about time they started winning again, man. So you got to catch them losses before they get you out of the playoffs, man. Next game I want to talk about, man, was the Giants are 7-3, 22-16 over the Bears. That's a boo-boo game, man. Because there's no reason to talk about a game with the Giants if Odell Beckham only has 50 yards receiving. That's the only reason to watch the Giants game. No other reason. Victor Cruz ain't doing the cha-cha no more, man. You know what I'm saying? He's looking like a shell of himself, man. The samba or whatever it was he was doing, it don't look good no more, man. So if ODZ ain't acting a damn fool, then there's no reason to watch it. So it's a boo-boo game. We gonna move on, man. We had the 5-5 Bills win 16-12 over the 3-6 Bengals. That's a boo-boo game, man. It's a boo-boo game, straight up. Boo-boo game. AJ Green, he got hurt. That automatically makes it a boo-boo game. You know what I'm saying? We gonna move on, man. We don't talk about boo-boo games. We gonna keep it moving, man. Next game I want to talk about, man, is the Lions are 6-4. They're a team that really are balling right now, man. You got to keep your eye on the Lions, man. They might come through and knock you out the playoffs, man. They win 26-19 over the Jaguars. That's a boo-boo game. Any game with the Jaguars in is a boo-boo game. I ain't talking about that. I don't talk about boo-boo games. I'm going to keep it moving. Next game I want to talk about, man, is the Colts 24-17 over the Titans. Andrew Luck, he played pretty good, man. He played very decently well to win the game, but it looks like he's hurt. He might not be available for Thursday during a Thanksgiving game. Looks like he might be out. We'll see. It's day to day. And Marcus Mariota's playing very well, man. But once again, it's just a case of, you need a little bit more pieces, man. You got DeMarco Murray over there running the ball. But at the end of the day, you need a lot more to make things happen over there, man. I was told to make sure I gave this game love. I've always given these guys love, though. But, y'all hear what y'all want to hear. But at the end of the day, man, the 9-1 Dallas Cowboys, man. Let me slow down a minute. 27-17 over the Ravens. Let's understand something right now. If it hasn't been official, it is official. Tony Romo has now been Ja Rule. He has now been Drew Bledsoe. It is Dak Prescott's squad. That's it. That's all. Thank you for coming. Good night. That's it. It's a wrap, man. And Ezekiel Elliott, man, he had 95 yards rushing last night. But at the end of the day, the thing about Ezekiel Elliott, man, he's the rookie of the year, man. I think he's the most valuable player on that team. You know what I'm saying? The reason being is that, hey, man, when you're talking about a guy who's a rookie who's damn near getting ready to rush for 2,000 yards, man, you got to give it up, man. He's clutch, man. So, and the Ravens, man, you guys, I don't understand the Ravens, man. You know, Joe Flacco, he needs to be doing a lot better, man. But Steve Smith always comes to play. So we're going to keep the chains moving because that's what we do. Steelers come back 24-9 over the 0-11 Browns.
Stir Crazy Productions, baby.
On, you already. That's a boo-boo game. I don't care if it's the Steelers or not. Steelers win, but it's boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? You guys beat a team that's 0-11. I'm not talking about that, man. We don't talk about those kind of games on the Flow Sports Radio Show. Y'all crazy as hell. We ain't doing that. Next game we going to talk about is the Panthers with 23-20 over the Saints. Game was kind of boring, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you would think that Cam Newton and Drew Brees would have a more exciting game between the two of them. I'm not going to give it boo-boo game status, but it wasn't really that exciting. You know what I'm saying? But with those two cats, man, it's watchable. You know what I'm saying? Because you're hoping to see something happen, and I didn't really see anything happen. I don't know what's going to go on with the Saints, man. It don't look like the Saints are going to make the playoffs with the way they're going, but it doesn't look like the Panthers are going to make the playoffs either. So I don't know what's going to happen. But somebody from the NFC South got to make the playoffs, so who's to say? Could be either one of y'all. Man. Next game I want to talk about. This should be a boo-boo game. Okay, the 8-2 Patriots win 30-17 over the 1-9 San Francisco 49ers. That should be a boo-boo game. The only reason why it's not the boo-boo game is because Tom Brady came home to the Bay Area for the first time in his career, and he acted a semi-fool. You know, he had 295 yards or some odd yards, threw for like 3 touchdowns. It was a pedestrian day for Tom Brady, but that ain't a pedestrian day for most quarterbacks. And on the 49ers side of the ball, man, it's obvious, man. It's obvious that now the 49ers are looking like they're just tanking games, or they're just going to wait for them to get the draft picks, man. They're positioning themselves for draft picks, man, because when I see Chip Kelly on the sideline, man, that dude's face looks the same, just like this. When they score a touchdown, it looks like this. When they turn the ball over, it looks like this. I know them cats don't care. Colin Kaepernick, still give that brother props, man. But at the end of the day, man, pack your bags, man. Find another destination, man. This apartment's flooded. Go find yourself a new crib to live in. What else we got? And that's it. Flow Sports Radio Show. Understand? This is how we do it. And we do it every week. But until then, game on.